Your late news 1 hour earlier. Fox Carolina's 10 o'clock news. Committed to you.
Welcome back. Sometimes fundraising can be a real drag.
First at 10, this is Carolina's Fox 21. The news begins now.
South Carolina is asking corporations to help clean up a messy situation. And as the Wingding winds down, the Palmetto Expo Center is wondering if it'll be around the next time riders want to rally. Plus, deputies say Greenville County is on the road to having safer streets. Good evening. I'm Maitika Milanis. Cree is off tonight.
And I'm Connie LeGrand, first on Fox.
Connie LeGrand, Cree Craig, Mike Harvey with the weather, and Keith Skripek on sports. You're watching the Fox 21 10 o'clock news.
33 young ladies are competing in Spartanburg.
A mysterious boom rattled many of you here in the upstate, and tonight investigators are still searching for answers. Fox Carolina's Jennifer Phillips, I'll have the story.
He was robbed then of his money, jewelry, and some other items.
Police say this is the woman who did it. She's tonight's most wanted.
If you use a machine the way it's designed, it's always going to be better than the natural sun.
We have essential information tonight about tanning beds versus the natural sun.
This is a special late edition of Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening, I'm Connie LeGrand.
And I'm Andy Gobiel. First on Fox, was it an earthquake, an explosion, or a sonic boom?
Connie LeGrand, Andy Gobiel, Mike Harvey with First Alert Weather, and Keith Skripek on sports. You're watching Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.
Tonight, tempers flare. What caused this woman to lash out at police? And a hazardous obsession.
When I grew up and actually got a real job, I found a '69 Charger in 1997 and had immediate plans for it.
How this fan landed a big role in one of Hollywood's newest films. Plus, nature's wrath. This family was hit and more storms are coming. Also, caught in the bullseye. Meet a family hit by burglars one too many times.
Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news starts right now.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Susan Scarborough, sitting in for Stephanie Maxwell.
Live, local, all new. The Morning News at 8 starts now.
Morning News at 8 starts right now.
It's 8:15, all new this morning.
You're watching The Morning News at 8 on Fox Carolina. You're watching the 10 o'clock news on Fox Carolina. The Morning News at 4 starts right now.
But tonight, at the top of the mountain, that Clemson flag is flying.
The Morning News at 5 starts right now.
This morning, Greenville police say they need your help finding an armed robber that sent a cab driver crashing his cab into a home. We'll have details.
And it's another chilly morning, 28 degrees at Kia of Greer, but we're going to get pretty warm today. I'll let you know how we'll end up.
We're at the Greenville Health System inside the Life Center. We'll show you how exercise can help prevent cancer in just a little bit. Stay tuned.
Good morning. It's Friday, January the 31st. I'm Ben Hill here with meteorologist Nicole Pape and traffic reporter Chris Scott.
You're watching The Morning News with Lauren Elise, Ted Payton, meteorologist Nicole Pape, and traffic reporter Chris Scott.
Welcome back to The Morning News on Fox Carolina. 44 degrees out there in Tigertown this morning.
The Morning News at 6 starts right now.
You're watching The Morning News with Lauren Elise, Ted Payton, meteorologist Nicole Pape, and traffic reporter Chris Scott.
Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully your Monday was great. You started off the week wonderfully.
You're watching The Morning News on Fox Carolina. The Morning News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news is in Greenville County, where deputies are trying to find 4 people they say robbed and shot someone inside a motel room overnight.
Fox Carolina News at 6:30 starts now. The 10 o'clock news starts now.
You heard of that loud blast. Explosives detonated to keep people safe. Tonight, the arrest of the man accused of having them at his house. Good evening. I'm Cody Alcorn.
And I'm Diana Watts.
The 10 o'clock news starts right now.
Breaking news, the search for these two escaped inmates spotted in our area. Only on Fox, hear from a man who says the suspects were on his property. Plus,
it was an accident. I know she would never, ever do anything to hurt my son.
a heart-wrenching interview. That upstate mom was there when her son was hit and killed by a car, his own girlfriend behind the wheel. We'll talk about that and another terrible loss.
He just had that big smile that you knew here's a kid who's going places.
A Clemson student headed home for Christmas break, killed in a crash with his twin brother surviving. Good evening, I'm Diana Watson. Cody has the night off.
You're watching Fox Carolina News with Diana Watson, Trent Butler, and Chief Meteorologist Kendra Kent. You're watching the 10 o'clock news with Diana Watson, Cody Alcorn, Chief Meteorologist Kendra Kent, and Sports Director Aaron Cheslock.
Just over a month ago, the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history happened in Las Vegas.
We are coming to you live from University of Phoenix Stadium here in Glendale, Arizona, just hours away from the Tigers' trip to the national championship. Full coverage coming up straight ahead on Fox Carolina.
And the Clemson campus is buzzing with excitement for tonight's big game. We are live with local reaction and more on the watch party that's gearing up to start at the Student Center. And thousands are expected to gather in downtown Greenville for a major watch party at the Well. For some, an even bigger day than the Super Bowl here in the South. We're talking to local businesses about the preparations and the impact on our area as people get ready for the game. Good Monday afternoon. I'm Cody Alcorn. Diana has the day off.
From Fox Carolina, this is a breaking news alert.
That breaking news is we're just learning that the man has fallen in the well and Gaffney has been pulled out at this hour.
From Fox Carolina, this is a breaking news alert.
The breaking news right now is in Lawrence County. Investigators have responded to a shooter situation that happened at a plant in Fountain at about 5:45.
Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Benson Hyundai, Lake Keowee Dodge, and Subway.
And welcome into week 2 of Friday Night Blitz here on Fox Carolina. Hey there, I'm Aaron Cheslock.
Time now for an update from Fox Carolina News and Fox Carolina Weather. Weather rate certified most accurate.
Good morning. Time for your news and weather morning update from Fox Carolina News.
The morning news starts right now.
Good morning to you. It's Thursday, July 12th. I'm Ted Phaeton here with meteorologist Nicole Pape. Glad you're waking up, joining us early this morning.
The morning news starts right now. The morning news starts right now. The morning news starts right now.
Rain showers moving in off the coast this morning brings our local area the chance for some snow to mix in at times.
The morning news starts right now.
Clemson coach Dabo Sweeney headlining this year's Champion of Hope breakfast.
You're watching the morning news on Fox Carolina.
The morning news starts right now.
Used to April showers today. You might see some April snow. This is live in Lawrence County this morning. Some snowflakes mixing with that rain. I'll let you know how many areas could see this before it warms up again later this week. Good morning, everyone. It's 8 o'clock on the dot, Tuesday, April 2nd. Thanks for joining us.
The morning news
starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news in Lawrence County. SLED is investigating an officer-involved shooting at the Lawrence County Hospital.
The 6 o'clock news starts right now on Fox Carolina. The 10 o'clock news starts right now.
Serial killer Todd Colehep back in court today, this time to determine what he owes the families of the victims, as well as the woman he chained up in a storage container for weeks.
The 10 o'clock news starts right now on Fox Carolina, the local station.
I mean, everybody knows that this is a heavyweight match.
I'm sure they know a little more about us. We know a little bit more about them.
The Clemson-Alabama showdown is finally here. The Tigers facing the Tide for the 4th straight year in the postseason, and we have team coverage from coast to coast on how fans are celebrating. And a big cool down is on the way, bringing a chance of winter weather. Ben has your forecast coming up. Good evening, I'm Cody Alcorn.
And I'm Diana Watson. And wow, so much to talk about tonight.
The 10 o'clock news starts right now.
Rain like we've never seen before. That's what the governor is saying Hurricane Florence could bring. And he has a warning for everyone in South Carolina. And from bread to fuel to generators, businesses are selling out as people gear up for Hurricane Florence. How it could impact your next trip to the store, coming up. Winds are starting to pick up as this monster storm approaches. We have live team coverage from Myrtle Beach tonight and a look at how the Low Country is bracing for possible disaster. And we are tracking Hurricane Florence tonight. Want to give you a live look in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina as they brace for the storm.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news on Fox Carolina.
We have continuing coverage.
Time now for your evening webcast from Fox Carolina News and Fox Carolina Weather. Weather rates.
Well, this is definitely not a webcast. It is the 6 o'clock news, and thank you so much for joining us here at 6 on Fox Carolina.
Time now for an update from Fox Carolina News and Fox Carolina Weather. Weather rates certified most accurate.
Good evening, I'm Cody Alcorn. Checking out some of the headlines.
Fox Carolina, the morning news starts right now.
Already seeing some pink on the map as rain turns to freezing rain and sleet across western North Carolina. I'll give you an hour-by-hour look at what to expect and who else could start to see this throughout the day.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, December 16th. Thanks so much for joining us here on Fox Carolina. I'm Margaret Ann Carter.
And I'm Ted Phaeton, of course, here along with meteorologist Nicole Pape. Good morning to you. It's
Fox Carolina, the morning news starts right now.
Widespread rain takes over the southeast once again.
Fox Carolina, the morning news starts right now.
Watching freezing rain come down in parts of the mountains.
Fox Carolina, the morning news starts right now.
Easing up. Some restrictions issued by Governor McMaster in South Carolina are being lifted today.
Fox Carolina, the morning news starts right now.
Looking at icy mix in western North Carolina.
Fox Carolina, the morning news starts right now.
Breaking news, while you were sleeping, the House just passed a sweeping measure to overhaul voting rights.
Fox Carolina, the morning news starts right now.
We're watching for freezing rain concerns this morning as we are live in the mountains. And
Fox Carolina, the morning news starts right now.
a new vaccination clinic opens this morning in the upstate. Governor McMaster will be there, and we have a live report on the event coming up straight ahead.
Fox Carolina, the morning news starts right now.
A wintry mix happening across North Carolina.
Fox Carolina, the morning news starts right now.
Breaking news right now as the coroner is called to a hotel in Duncan. We are live on the scene. Plus, a third vaccine is on the way, allowing for inoculations to start this week. The latest on Johnson & Johnson's vaccine straight ahead.
And grab the umbrella before you head out the door. It's a rainy start to the new work week. Details coming up.
Well, good morning to you and happy Monday, March 1st.
Yeah, thanks for joining us all here on Fox Carolina.
Fox Carolina, the morning news at 10 starts right now.
We're following breaking news from overnight.
Fox Carolina, the 4 o'clock news starts right now.
Amber alert for 2 babies in Greenville County.
Fox Carolina, the 4 o'clock news starts right now.
A new vaccine being shipped in the U.S. now. How soon we can see those shots arrive in South Carolina.
Fox Carolina, the 5 o'clock news starts right now. Fox Carolina, the 5 o'clock news starts right now.
The third vaccine rolling out.
Fox Carolina, the 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Only on Fox, the teenagers who say they were shot at during a road rage incident face the man they say pulled the trigger.
Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news starts right now.
And the rain is getting closer. Some of that could turn to a wintry mix as we get into early tomorrow morning. We'll break it all down hour by hour so you can plan ahead.
And several school districts in the Carolinas delayed or switching to e-learning on Wednesday, but it's not just because of weather. We'll tell you why.
Plus, a reward being offered for answers after a motorcyclist killed in a hit and run. Now the sheriff is speaking out about an uptick in road rage cases. Good evening, I'm Victoria Carmen.
And I'm Cody Alcorn. Thanks for joining us on the 10 o'clock news. We begin with breaking news.
Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news starts right now.
The community rallying around an upstate family after a devastating fire claims the life of a 19-month-old girl. How you can help.
And South Carolina is expected to get over 40,000 doses of a new COVID vaccine this week, and it only requires 1 shot. We're talking to doctors about the effectiveness of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
And less than a week after a nearly identical tragedy, another upstate firefighter killed on his way to work. His friends are sharing more about his legacy tonight.
First on Fox, breaking news out of Greenville County near downtown.
Fox Carolina, the 11 o'clock news starts right now. Fox Carolina, the 11 o'clock news starts right now.
A community rallying behind their own during tragedy.
Time now for an update from Fox Carolina News and Fox Carolina Weather. Weather rates certified most accurate.
Good morning. Time for your news and weather morning update from Fox Carolina News. We start with breaking news.
Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the morning news starts now.
Greenville is gearing up for a visit from the Vice President of the United States today, and she's coming with one thing in mind: get more people vaccinated. We'll have a complete rundown of her itinerary coming up in a live report.
Plus, we have storm threats once again today as a cold front is on its way through the Carolinas. I'll let you know how that'll clear things out for the rest of the week.
Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, June 14th.
Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the morning news starts now.
Greenville is getting a visit from the Vice President of the United States today. And
committed to you. Fox Carolina, the morning news starts now. Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the morning news starts now.
It's wheels up for Vice President Kamala Harris as she makes her way to the upstate to kick off a national vaccination tour.
Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the morning news starts now.
It's wheels.
Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the morning news at 10 starts now.
The Vice President of the United States is preparing to visit Greenville today.
Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the 4 o'clock news starts now.
And it is a beautiful day right now, but we are looking ahead.
Fox Carolina, the 4 o'clock news starts now with breaking news.
A severe thunderstorm in Greenville County, Pickens, and Anderson counties.
You're watching Fox Carolina, the 4 o'clock news. Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the 5 o'clock news starts now.
The Greenville community coming together.
Fox Carolina, the 5 o'clock news starts now with breaking news.
And strong thunderstorms continue across the upstate, especially for Anderson and Cherokee counties. We'll track these storms and look ahead to some nicer weather behind them.
You're watching Fox Carolina, the 5 o'clock news.
Health experts warning about a spike in RSV cases across southern states.
Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the 6 o'clock news starts now.
Heavy storms that moved through have weakened a bit. We'll track the latest on radar.
Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news starts now.
We are getting our first look at a young man killed in a shooting over the weekend. His friends speaking out tonight as we work to find out more about what led up to that deadly gunfire.
And South Carolina's college athletes can soon get paid for their name and image. We're breaking down how it could be a game changer for the state.
Plus, a historic visit. Vice President Kamala Harris makes a stop in the upstate. Her message for South Carolinians and what we learned about a closed-door meeting she had with some local leaders. But first on Fox tonight, family and friends in disbelief after 21-year-old Quentin Payne lost his life in a shooting in Greenwood.
Committed to you. Fox Carolina, the 11 o'clock news starts now.
And we start with breaking news at 11 o'clock tonight. The Greenville County coroner identified a teen who died after a crash while riding a dirt bike today.
WHNS 21, Asheville, Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson. We're your station.